What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in the channel today here at 323 Fabrication. Got some fab work going on back here. Figured I'd let y'all check it out. This is a buddy of mine, Tom's Trans Am. He had this car in high school. It's I think a 95 or 96. It's a factory born LT car. Was a 6-speed. I bought the transmission. He built it. The car was making over 600 wheel on spray, running pretty good 60-foot time. Picked up that T56 from him. It had been converted for an LS motor to go behind the 6.2 I want to build for the Chevy too, one day. But anyway, this thing has got a 6-liter LS in it, got some pretty sweet parts on it. I want to say it's a turbo 400, but it might be a power glide. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. I know he told me, but it's got a one-piece front end on it, single turbo LS, pretty sweet stuff. Got a tick air to water intercooler, which is some nice junk. Actually welded up a cap on that a while back. But I'll turn this around and show y'all a little bit about the car and what we're doing to it. Cold side, hot side, and then radiator mount, I believe, is all that we've got on the agenda. So I'm gonna turn this thing around and let y'all check it out. Like I said, one piece fiberglass front end, got a really cool big old hood for it. He's gonna bring me that later today. But the radiator's got to lay back a little bit to clear the front end. I'm just gonna do something simple, come off of here with a piece of round stock and a gusset, and then probably weld one of my threaded plugs on the side, and just one bolt on each side with a lock washer. But this is a pretty sweet car. See if I can get a good shot of it. It's in the shop. There you go. Got a Pontiac Trans Am next to a Pontiac GTO next to a Studebaker with a Chevy 2 behind it. Full house right now. But it's a Huron Speed turbo and kit, I believe. This is the factory, well, not factory, but Huron Speed 5-inch piece, but it hits the bars. So I'm gonna take an inch out of it here, shorten this up, weld this back together. Obviously I'll tack it and we'll test fit it and everything. It's gonna go out the fender, make him a new fender tip, do a teardrop with it. But I got it chucked up here in my rollout wheel. This is a machinist vise on a trailer hub, trailer spindle welded to this. You can adjust and level your pipe here with this. This is just a brake to keep it from turning. And then you can set it on like a 45 or a 90 or whatever, and it goes in the trailer hitch. Build it to roll pipe out on my rig truck, but this is all it's used for anymore. But it's handy for chucking stuff up in. So that's the plan with that. But here's the rest of the Trans Am. It's on a Holly, got the big dash. He's still wiring, still working on the car, but it runs. I'll throw a little snippet of that video in here from him backing it off the trailer. It's gonna be a pretty sweet car. Love those taillights. This is between the taillights and this is an LT car, but we got that red wreck Ws6 out there in the yard. So, pretty sweet to see another one. That's what we got going on. cut 1.5 to 2 inches out of that piece. So now it clears the radiator and the crossbar. Got some gussets. I'm gonna stop by Lowe's and get some 5/16 or 3/8 round stock to build my front mounts for the radiator. Something like this. And then I gotta order some stuff from Stainless Brothers, another V-band flange, 5-inch flange, and a tight radius long leg elbow. I'm gonna probably cut these off of here and mount those to the radiator. I got these mounts evened out so they're centered, and I think about the right angle I need. The block of wood's just holding it up. So I laid out where I'm gonna put my mounts for these rods I'm gonna run. It's nothing complicated at all, it's just a matter of doing it. I cut these off another radiator I did a long time ago. Guy brought it back, wanted to change the shroud and the fans. They are ugly. This is not gonna be ugly when I'm done though. I'm gonna whack these off here, leave the pad on it, a little bit more surface area for the pull on the radiator, and then weld all the way around it, and it won't look like doo-doo anymore. Here's the plan. So got 2 of them. I picked up some, these are those, that aluminum is actually solid round stock that I drilled and tapped. It's a 1/4-20. So I picked up some sweet stainless Allen heads, got a lock washer and then a flat washer. And that's what will secure the radiator. I bought some 5/16 round rod at Lowe's because I didn't have any this size. I didn't want to use the really big stuff I had, and the small stuff I had was like significantly about half this thickness. So anyway, that's what we got going on. So I'm gonna cut these off, get everything ready, go ahead and get the radiator over here and weld her up. All right, Zeused them dudes on there. Got a pad, so it's got a little bit wider surface area to pull against, but it shouldn't really matter. I mean, there's not gonna be a lot of force. We're just gonna round rod off of here. Know what I mean? Little old gusset on there. Those are stamped out gussets. You can buy them by the pack from Jegs. I got a few of them left from the prefab cage that's in the Datsun, so that's what we got. Okay, changed my plan. Use one of these little gussets. I think it'll look better. Do that, and just the rod comes straight off the bottom of it. It's pretty well lined up with the roll bar on the front. And I think that'll do a little better than the washer. So that's the plan. Nice little Allen head bolts, 1/4-20. Gussets welded, rods welded. Should be good to go. All right, since we're waiting on this last piece of aluminum, aluminum to connect these. Aluminum. I'm gonna go ahead and build our wastegate dumps to try and get, well, let's see, try and get from over here, and get the heat out from in front of the oil pan. Would probably be a good thing. So Tom brought me the flanges and all for the dumps. I'm cutting a bunch of 1 3/4 pies. Basically the same thing I built on Jody's Mustang. Got the Rapid 3D USA 1 3/4 pie cut jig chucked up in the saw vise on my Ellis, big Ellis horizontal bandsaw. This hold down's a little wore out, so I add this old good old Hobo Freight 8-inch C clamp, and that's what we're doing. Just cutting a bunch of pies. Nothing exciting. So when something exciting happens, I'll show you all that. All right, y'all. Got a uneven amount of 1 3/4 pie cuts cut because I can't count, but it'll be all right. I'm probably not enough anyway, but I'm kind of running out of pipe. Where did I put the pipe? There's the pipe. But we'll see. Hopefully I got enough. I think I can make it work. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and tack these up, let y'all watch, talk to you while I'm doing it. But look at these. You ever watch Home Improvement? Tim the Toolman Taylor? Look at that. Well, that's a wrench, ain't it? Good old Hobo Freight. Buddy Ryan brought these by. Got a car show next weekend, so gonna make some trophies out of these later on. These won't be in this video, but I just thought y'all want to see them, because I mean, that's 1 3/4, right? There's the head of that dude. It's a big old wrench. Anyway, enough goofing about. Let's find y'all somewhere to sit at, and then I'm gonna put some ends together. How's that sound? Sound like a plan? I hope it does. That's what we're doing. Nothing too fancy. Got the machine on DC, swap my torch over. I'm gonna clamp this to the table. Take this leash off of it because I don't necessarily need it at the moment. Dude right there. Got a good ground. That's the plan. Now, as y'all know, you're not supposed to look at the light when you weld, but I don't think that counts in this situation because you're looking through a television screen. Hey, y'all, let me know down in the comments. You know, I do a lot of time-lapsing now that I figured out how to time-lapse stuff and put music over it. Let me know if you guys like that, if you prefer that, or if you want me to talk and not talk, or fast forward or not fast forward. All I'm doing on this is clicking this dude about wide open. It's set on 100. Just to kind of, it just melts the edges together because it fits real good. Don't need any filler wire. Allows me to fit this stuff up without having to fight with it. It doesn't burn through enough to matter, so it's not like sugar in the inside. You know, because obviously it's not purged, it's just open to air. Give her the beam. And these are wastegate dumps, so I mean, they ain't got to be perfectly aligned so far as the, you know, we're not really worried about it having any pressure, back pressure on it. It's just open atmosphere dumps. I hope you guys can hear me. That one didn't want to cooperate. I'm gonna put 4 on each one of these to start with, and then I'm gonna go check and see if it needs 5 or 6. Went ahead and finished cutting and tacking up the wastegate dumps. Tried to make sure they weren't too low. We literally used every single piece of 1 3/4 that we had left, but they turned out good. They get it out away from the oil pan and turned down towards the ground a little bit, so they will function as they should. Go ahead and get these pulled off and get them welded up. Should be good to go. Got her purge in there, got her chucked up in the vise. Got some welding to do. Here's the other one. But day's over. Got to go run some errands. So the 3.5 showed up. Put an angle on it so we can finish the turbo kit on the car. Cold side anyway. Okay. We got our last piece of aluminum in that we ordered. It came in yesterday. I've got an angle cut on each side, and it seems like it's going to work pretty good. Had to cut a little bit off our 90. Nothing too crazy. So that's the plan. I'm going to try to get this tacked up where we can make it work, hopefully. all tacked off real good so we can take it off the car. And then I'll tack it some more, that way it's tacked at least 4 times at each joint, but it should be fine. Looks pretty good. Went ahead and tacked it real good all the way around on all the spots. Got a little bit of a gap in it, but you know what? If you can step over it, I can weld it. So that's the plan. I'm gonna weld the stainless first because it's already chucked up. So I'm gonna swap over to DC. We're on AC. I got a foot pedal remote, so I set the machine on 200 amps and just control it. But I'm gonna switch over to DC. Throw the purge on this. And get to welding some stainless. Running about 10 on my purge. This is pure argon. Obviously welding on DC because it's stainless. The looks pretty good. Obviously consistency can be better, but I really think it looks pretty good anyway. So that's what we got. It's got to cool before I can weld the other end, but what I'll do is chuck the other one up right there and weld that end as well. And then I'll flip this around and weld this end because obviously it'll melt my hose. So that's what we got. I think it looks pretty good though. Okay, before taking this off of here because it's smoking hot, I'll let y'all see the little beads down in there. It ain't perfect. Let's see, but it's pretty good. It's in there pretty good. I forgot to wipe this down with acetone before I chucked it up in the vise, so I'm gonna clean the next one. Hopefully it'll weld a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. Check it out. Tycon Industries, Stainless Brothers. Y'all, these guys, they have really quality, really awesome products. So I watch Meticulous on YouTube, and he uses them, and I reached out to him, and they've always been really good to me, but they provide a really quality product. So I'm gonna open this up, let y'all check it out, and show you why I purchased stuff. Okay guys, this is how it comes. Packaged really well, so nothing's damaged. But this is a 5-inch, 90-degree mandrel bend elbow, tight radius with long legs. So this will be our fender exit. And then a flange, 5-inch V-band flange male. And I mean, it's all I really ordered. But there's our invoice. What we got. So I mean, but it comes packaged well. But the point of all this, so like when I open this up, this thing is nice, clean, well bent, no wrinkles in it. Basically wipe it down with acetone and weld it. That's all you got to do. It's quality stuff. So y'all check them out. Stainless Brothers, Tycon's their titanium section. I wish they'd do aluminum, that'd be killer. I get it all in under one roof. So there you go. Okay, I had to tweak this a little bit, roll it some, cut some of the joints apart and roll it a little bit different direction, but you won't see any of that when I weld it up. Wiped it down with acetone. Here's the wastegate dumps from last night. They turned out good. Get them thrown on there here in a little bit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and glue this together. Charge pipe installed. Got a Motion Raceworks. Not really sure what kind of clamps these are called. It's not a V-band. It's got two flanges with O-rings, a spacer sleeve that goes on it, and then this clamp that retains it. And this one's pivots in 2 points, and I've done the Vibrant and a couple others that just pivot in one. This is the best one I've ever had to deal with here so far as quality. So big shout out to Motion Raceworks. I don't know if y'all know, Doug, Motion Raceworks, TBM, all that stuff's made in America. That's their throttle body. He's also got their operator shifter in the car, which is pretty sweet. But we got the charge pipe done. It's on there. It clears everything pretty well. Trying to make sure we have hood clearance and everything like that. Should be good. I'll throw the blow-off valves back on it. And then we got our wastegate dumps installed. They're down there on the bottom. Get y'all a good shot of those. That's from the center of the car. They turned out good. So there you go. That's what we got so far. The 90 came in the flange, so that's what's next. And then we'll make that weld right there. Get a hole cut in the fender. Check these out. Took a break from working on the old turbo Trans Am to build a couple of trophies for the local car show. The wrenches is for best craftsmanship, and the paint guns for best paint job. Thought y'all get a kick out of it. Alright, we got the fender inside marked best we could. Got a center point measured, checked it by sticking a piece of wire through it. Now we got it taped up good so that the hole saw shouldn't shred the fiberglass. We're going to drill it from the outside in and try to keep it as straight, with the exhaust flange as we can, so it'll hit here first. Tape it up good so don't mess your paint up as bad. Well, there's a big old red chunk of fiberglass. There's a big old hole in the car. See how we did. Looks good to me. Okay, we got our $115 5-inch stainless 90 chucked up in the saw. About 4 1/4 inches here to here. This is a long leg 90, so you can't do the 1.5 diameter or whatever you do with the regular fitting. Got it clamped there. Don't want it to move. But should cut good. That's the plan. teardrop fender exit, and you got one K-Whopper hood stack, or Caterpillar, or whatever. Let's see what this thing looks like. I think we're gonna trim it some more. Looks pretty good though. There you go, guys. Got 2 welds left. Got one 5-inch weld right here. Got one 5-inch weld on the outside of the V-band. Tip on the car. It looks pretty good. It looks good on there. Tip chucked up in the vise. Tin foil on this side. Purge, obviously. Got a 15 cubic feet per hour. Running pure argon on both. On the machine set on 100. But you know, I got a remote, so that's what we got going on. Knock her out pretty quick. Okay, let's tore the tin furl a little bit. But it ain't too bad. It was still purged good. Got a good heat ring in it. Not really any push through. There's a little bit right there. But let's go out here.
Not the most consistent, but it ain't too bad.
Feel like it's pretty. There it is. Not gonna see it though, because you know it's gonna be in there. Oh well. Looks good. That's all that's left right there. I'll put tape on it, you know, about 2/3 of it, and then weld a quarter, and then move the tape, weld the other quarter, and work my way around it. But I'm just gonna do it real quick, so now it's done. There we go, guys. It's all done. All put back together. The got that welded out. I don't know if y'all be able to see it, but that in there is welded out. This is going to have to come back off because the front end's got to come off the car to go on the trailer. But I wanted to put it together so when Tom shows up, he can see it complete. You know, they will fire it up, get a little bit of footage of it with the exhaust, everything hooked up. Because see, before it didn't have a charge pipe or anything like that. So, but he should be here shortly. One bad dude right there. Should be pretty stout. Appreciate y'all watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit of what we do here. It's definitely what I enjoy doing. It's a whole lot better than, you know, laying out under some farm equipment in the mud. So, you know, a little bit better than the last one we did. Try to get better every time. So, you know, y'all, all it takes is time. Learn how to do it all. But Anyway, we'll see if we can get some more footage of this thing. Y'all hang out. There he goes, guys. Old Trans Am's done. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all our new subscribers. Y'all have a good one.